If you are 60, 70, 75, or anywhere in between, and you live in the UK, I need you to stop everything and listen. Because from September the 1st, 2026, the rules are changing. And I'm not talking about small tweaks, I'm talking about big changes that will affect your state pension, your energy bills, your free bus pass, and even your eligibility for extra benefits like attendance allowance. The Department for Work and Pensions is shifting the goalposts, and if you don't know exactly what's coming, you could be left hundreds, maybe even thousands of pounds out of pocket. Don't let that happen. Now, you might be thinking, oh great, another government change that just makes things more complicated. Trust me, I get it. The system can feel like a maze. But this video is going to break it down in plain, simple English. No jargon, no spin, just the facts you need to protect your income and your rights. We're going to talk about the state pension age rise that's already underway and how it means some people won't get their pension when they expected. We're going to talk about how much money you could get from the winter fuel payment this year, and I'll tell you if you qualify for the £300 boost. And we're going to cover the free bus pass delay and how to make sure you keep your travel rights. But here's the thing. The DWP isn't going to send you a personal letter with a checklist of everything that's changing. You have to know. You have to be proactive. So, before we dive into the full list of what you need to know from September, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel, and it means you won't miss the other vital updates we have coming. Now, let's get into it. Because if you're a senior in the UK, this is one of the most important videos you'll watch this year. Let's start with the biggest change of all. The one that is affecting people right now, and it's going to continue rolling out through September and beyond. I'm talking about the state pension age increase. The government is in the process of raising the state pension age from 66 to 67, and this has been planned for a while. But what many people don't realise is that it's not a sudden jump. It's a phased increase, happening in monthly increments, and the specific date you will get your pension depends entirely on your date of birth. If you were born between August the 6th, 1960 and September the 5th, 1960, this affects you right now. Under the old rules, you'd have been eligible for your state pension as soon as you turned 66, but now you're facing an extra 5-month wait. That means if you were born on August the 6th, 1960, you won't be able to claim your pension until January the 6th, 2027. That's 5 months without that income you were counting on. Now, let's look ahead to September. If you were born between September the 6th, 1960 and October the 5th, 1960, the wait gets even longer. You will have to wait 6 months to reach state pension age, which will be at 66 years and 6 months. The delay gets longer the later in the year your birthday falls. It goes up by 1 month for each month. For example, if you were born in October, you'll wait 7 months. If your birthday is in November, 8 months. And it keeps going until the age rise to 67 is fully complete in April 2028. This is not something you can afford to ignore. If you were born in the early 1960s, you need to check your exact date of birth against the government's timetable. There's a free tool on the gov.uk website where you can enter your date of birth, and it will tell you exactly when you'll reach state pension age. Don't assume you know, check it, because the rules have changed and the financial impact could be huge. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, well, I can just defer my pension and get a higher amount later. And yes, you can defer, and your state pension does increase if you put it off for at least 9 weeks. But that's a choice you make, not something forced on you by the government. This delay is different. It's a rule change that takes away the option to claim at 66. So, if you've based your retirement plans on getting your pension at 66, you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to look at your savings, your other income, and see if you can cover that gap. Because the reality is that previous increases in the state pension age have been shown to cause financial hardship. When the age went up from 65 to 66, the income poverty rate for the affected age group rose from 10% to 24%. Those are real people who suddenly couldn't afford to live. Don't let that be you. The DWP is publicising this change, but the onus is on you to act. But the state pension age increase doesn't just affect your pension. Here's a big one that many people overlook: your free bus pass. In England, eligibility for a free bus pass is tied directly to your state pension age. So if you have to wait longer to get your state pension, you also have to wait longer to get your free bus pass. The Department for Transport has confirmed this, so that 5-month or 6-month delay we just talked about doesn't just mean no pension check, it also means you're paying for bus fares. And if you're like many seniors, that bus pass is essential for getting to the shops, to the doctors, to see family and friends. It's not just a perk, it's a lifeline. Now, there is a silver lining if you live in London. You can apply for a 60+ London Oyster photo card, which gives you free travel on buses and trains within the capital before you reach state pension age. But there is an admin fee and an annual check fee. So, if you live in London, that might be a way to bridge the gap. But if you live elsewhere in England, you might be stuck waiting. Some people could be waiting until they are nearly 67 to get their free bus pass. I want you to check your state pension age and then understand that your free bus pass will come on the exact same day. Don't assume your council will just send it. You will likely need to apply for a new pass once you reach that new, later state pension age. Now, let's move on to the good news. Yes, there is some good news in all of this. The winter fuel payment is back and it's been expanded. Remember the chaos last year when they tried to means test it and caused all that confusion? Well, that's gone. For winter 2026 to 2027, the system has changed again, and it's now a universal payment with a different clawback mechanism. So, what does that mean for you? If you are of state pension age and you were born before June the 28th, 1960, you could get between £100 and £300 to help with your heating bills. But here's the key detail. The exact amount depends on your age and your living situation. If you are aged 80 or over, which means you were born before September the 28th, 1946, you are due for the largest payment of £300. If you are younger, between the ages of 66 and 79, which covers those born between September the 28th, 1946 and June the 27th, 1960, you will get £200. And those amounts are for people who live alone or where nobody else in the household is eligible for the winter fuel payment. If you live with someone who also qualifies, the amounts can vary, generally between £100 and £200. Most eligible people will get this automatically. The DWP will send out letters in October or November telling you how much you will get, and payments are usually made in November or December. So you don't need to do anything if you've received it before, and your circumstances haven't changed, the money should just land in your bank account. But there is one important caveat. If you have an individual annual income of more than £35,000, that £300 payment will be clawed back by HMRC in the 2027 to 2028 tax year. You can avoid this by opting out. There are 2 deadlines to opt out. September the 18th, 2026 if you do it by phone, and September the 20th, 2026 if you do it online. If you don't opt out, you'll get the money, but you'll have to pay it back through your tax. So, if you're a higher earner, it might be simpler to just opt out now. Remember, once you opt out, you don't have to repeat the process every year, you just won't receive the payment in the future unless you choose to opt back in. So, for most people watching, this is a welcome boost. £300 to help with energy bills is nothing to sneeze at, especially with winter on the way. But the financial support doesn't stop there. There's another benefit that could put a lot of money in your pocket if you qualify: attendance allowance. This is a benefit for people of state pension age or older who have a physical or mental disability or a health condition that requires them to need a certain level of care or supervision. It's not just about being ill, it's about needing help with daily living. It could be help with washing, dressing, or just needing someone to keep an eye on you for your own safety. And if you qualify, the payments are significant. As of April 2026, the lower rate is £76.70 per week, which works out to just under £4,000 a year. The higher rate is £114.60 per week, which is almost £6,000 a year. That's tax-free money that can make a huge difference to your quality of life. And here's the important part for September 2026. There have been recent changes to the system under the new Prime Minister, Andy Burnham. While he is continuing the existing attendance allowance system, there could be an overhaul announced in the autumn budget that would take effect in April 2027. So, the current rates and rules are set, but you need to be aware that things might change next year. And the list of conditions that qualify is broad. It includes arthritis, heart disease, respiratory conditions, neurological diseases like Parkinson's and multiple sclerosis, dementia, and many more. There's a full list on the DWP website. But here's the thing. You don't have to have a specific named condition on a list to qualify. If your condition is severe enough that you need help caring for yourself, and you've needed that help for at least 6 months, you should apply. And while we're on the topic of crucial benefits, we have to talk about pension credit. This is the benefit that tops up your weekly income if you're on a low income. For 2026 to 2027, the rates have increased by 4.8%. The guarantee credit is now £238 a week for single pensioners and £363.25 a week for couples. That's a guaranteed minimum income, but the real value of pension credit is that it's a gateway benefit. Once you get pension credit, you unlock a host of other support: help with housing costs, council tax reductions, a free TV license if you're over 75, and help with NHS costs. It is the most important benefit for low-income pensioners, and yet hundreds of thousands of people who are eligible don't claim it. If you think you might be eligible, get in touch with the DWP or speak to a benefits advisor. There is no downside to check it. And finally, let's talk about what all of this means for you practically. The government is providing a massive £6 billion boost to state pensions and pensioner benefits in 2026 to 2027. So, the money is there. The support is there, but it is fragmented, confusing, and constantly changing. The state pension age is going up, the winter fuel payment is changing, attendance allowance is available but underused, the free bus pass is delayed. What I want you to do is take action today. Don't wait for a letter that might never come. If you were born in the early 1960s, check your state pension age now. Use the online calculator. If you think you might qualify for attendance allowance, request the form from the DWP. It's a long form, I won't lie to you, but Age UK can help you fill it in. And if you're struggling with your energy bills, make sure you know if you're getting the winter fuel payment. And if you're not, check if you're eligible. The rules are complicated, but they are your rights. This is the moment where you need to take control of your finances. The DWP has a lot of moving parts, and it's easy to miss something. Share this video with your friends and family. So many seniors miss out because they don't have the internet or they're just not aware. You can be the one to help them. If you've already checked your state pension age or you've applied for attendance allowance, drop a comment below and tell me how it went. I read every comment and I'm here to answer your questions. We're a community and we look out for each other. So, take action, check your dates, know your rights, and most importantly, claim every single penny you are entitled to. It's your money, and you deserve it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.